Hey guys, welcome back to another 5 at 5, and it is definitely not 5, it is actually 11 in the morning. I wasn't even going to make this video. Well, I didn't think I was going to make a video because it's been overcast, and I don't know, they kind of get boring after a while taking those sort of photos. But anyway, this will be a quick and dirty one. That's why I'm not using the microphone, which is the whole point of this whole series anyway. So yeah, if you don't know what 5 at 5 is, the description of what 5 at 5 is in the description, crazily enough. What I have found, we've got a couple of colorful buildings. You probably see it in the background. It's red as fuck. This is Total Tools, I believe. I forgot what it's called. But there is a one-way sign just by itself, and I think it's going to be great. You can see it in the mirror there. You'll see it when we get outside. But yeah, a bit of a quick and dirty one. I might take a couple photos of this building and call it that. Yep. We actually have a lot to shoot at here. We've got these one-way signs, a light there, and this, like these pipes and no entry sign. We're gonna have some fun. So I think I'm just gonna go straight on with this one, straight on with those two. Maybe I'll grab that corner as well of the building. Fire hydrant stuff there too. That might be nice. And these buildings here, that might be cool too. I do prefer having a blue sky, which I do over here, so I might be able to grab that. Let's do it. Now, so you've probably seen the photos of this here. The problem I have with it is this line going up to it, and the same with the one-way sign. So I'm gonna have to pull that out in post. I obviously took photos there. Some quite nice compositions all along here. Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. I did hunt around a little bit around this area, but I couldn't really get anything to catch my eye. I think I might come back here another time, maybe during like a sunset hour, to find these things. But those one-way signs were speaking to me so much, just because they were on such a plain color surface. So quite fascinating to me, of course. I did take a photo of that corner over there. This corner, I really want to take a photo of it. However, the sky just wasn't coming through enough. As you can see, it's very cloudy. Catching that at a better time would be nice. Having a nice blue sky in the background to contrast with the red would be very, very nice to do. Also looked at those hydrants over there. However, it was just, the background was just way too messy. Why am I pointing the camera over there? The background was just way too messy for it, so didn't particularly work out. With these other buildings, I might conquer them, I don't know, another time, but this is a 5 at 5. This is meant to be quick. I think I took about 5 photos, maybe even more. So yeah, if you like this sort of stuff, then stick around the channel. It's very quick content. My usual stuff is street photography POVs. So if you like street photography, like actual street photography with people, then yeah, go check those videos out. I'll chuck them up the top. Be a playlist. And check out my latest one too. That needs some love. Also, before I actually end the video, I was using the 50 today. Fucking war. I was using the 50mm today. I've been thinking lately that the 50 is probably my go-to, what do you call it? My go-to everyday lens. I feel like when I do these mundane photos, 35mm is too wide. Definitely too wide for me, especially if I'm looking up at buildings and like taking photos of corners of things. I feel like 35 is a bit, it's got slight distortion, but the 50mm pulls that all together, gives it a bit more flatness. And normally I don't particularly like the look of the 50mm, but in that sort of scenario, I think it works really well. Plus, if I can't get close enough to that corner, to that said corner, I find myself cropping in anyway. Now I keep walking into the shit of light, but whatever. I feel like 50 is like my daily lens, and 35 is my serious street photography lens, I guess, if you want to say. But I do like using the 50 when I'm doing street photography as well, mostly because my eye is starting to be trained into looking into like still life, mundane scenes, where the 35 does that okay, but I feel like the 50 immerses me into the scene more, if that makes any sense, because it's punched in. Yeah, and as I said, I always end up cropping on my 35 for these type of shots. For any type of shots really, I do crop. I don't think there's an image that I don't crop, I'm not gonna lie. I know people say get it right in the camera, but fuck, it's either get the composition right or miss the moment when you're doing street photography. So cropping is definitely essential in my books. Some people like Jared Polin hate cropping, which is weird because there's some photos where he says, he critiques his own photos and says, oh, if only I just adjusted my camera slightly, like to compose it better. And I'm just like, well, you're using a Canon R5 with 45 megapixels. Why don't you just crop in ever so slightly and you'll be able to make a good photo, a great photo. Like, I don't get it. I guess these are just the camera purist, photographer purists. What's wrong with you, man? Just fucking, you have tools to use, just do it. Anyway, back to me in the car. Instagram, website, down below as usual. This one's driving on awkward. Like literally a whole car park. The guy parks right next to me. Well, I parked. Anyway, yes, website, Instagram, down below. And remember, if you don't go out and take shit photos, you'll never take good photos. And that's true to the extent, I guess. See you in the next one.